Lauren Ornelas. Lauren is the founder and volunteer executive director of the Food Empowerment Project. She's also the former executive director of Viva USA, which is a national nonprofit vegan advocacy group.
I'm going to be going over animals in agriculture, victories and other things that have gone on, and I feel like something big is happening in California, but we'll see if I can remember to mention it or not. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is COK, Mercy for Animals, and APRL, teamed up for a successful campaign to get Boca to remove eggs from all of its products by the end of 2009. Everybody knows, though, keep in mind they're not vegan. I think there's a lot of confusion that people somehow think that they're vegan. They're not vegan, they just don't have eggs in them. In March 2009, the Obama administration closed a regulatory loophole and adopted a strict policy preventing all down cows from entering the human food supply. However, pigs, goats, and other animals can still be entering the food supply. APRL got Costco and Andronicos, which is a grocery store chain here in California, to remove foie gras. After a year-long campaign, United Poultry Concerns succeeded in getting the Chicken Project, a slaughter project, permanently eliminated from the curriculum at a high school in upstate New York. APRL and local activists worked to get the cities of San Francisco, Berkeley, West Hollywood, and Solana Beach to pass resolutions against foie gras. Vegan Outreach and COK got Morningstar to reduce their egg use by 500,000. The official Green Cincinnati plan, they had a task force, and their task force asked citizens to reduce their global warming contribution by choosing to eat more plants and fewer animals. And in fact, the Chicago Health Commissioner made headlines when he encouraged the residents in that area to go vegetarian for at least the month of January. In legislative successes, HSUS worked to pass legislation in both Colorado and Maine to ban both the veal crate. And again, the veal crates are where the little baby male calves are kept for about 4 months, where they can't turn around, they can't really extend their limbs. And also the gestation crate banned from both of these states. And gestation crates are where mother pigs are kept when they're pregnant. When they cannot turn around, they can't even take a free step in these crates. Farm Sanctuary introduced a bill in Illinois to ban the gestation veal crates and battery cages, but this bill is still pending. HSUS sponsored a bill in California to ban the cutting of the tails of the dairy cow. This is known as tail docking. This bill passed through both the Senate and the Senate and the Assembly Agriculture Committees, the Senate floor, and is now in Assembly Appropriations. HSUS got a foie gras bill introduced in Maine, but it did not pass out of committee. So on to the outreach, and I hope that a lot of you, as you're listening to some of these things, know that more than likely you participated and you helped with a lot of these accomplishments. So I hope, if anything, you're taking it in yourself as well to know you clicked on that email, you made that phone call, you wrote that letter. Because really, as grassroots activists, that's what makes all of this happen. Farm, in their 26th annual World Farmed Animals Day, brought worldwide attention to the plight of animals raised for food. They had 430 observances in all 50 states and 19 other countries, like 80 events taking place throughout those 19 other countries. In the last year, Vegan Outreach distributed over 2 million booklets, with over 1 million of these personally handed to students in over 900 schools in all 50 states. In March of this year, Vegan Outreach distributed their 10 millionth booklet. Anybody here part of distributing those booklets? I know I did my hand. Not yet. We've all done those, right? All the nice responses you get. COK got Tacoma Park, Maryland's mayor to sign a proclamation for Tacoma Park Veg Week, and one Maryland state senator pledged to go veg for a week, and he still remains veg. Food Empowerment Project launched our Food Chain newsletter, which is the vegetarian retention newsletter designed to help people when they decide to go vegan to stay vegan. And what it is a person gets a monthly newsletter that ranges from animals and factory farms recipes, but also talks about the human impacts of slavery and the cattle ranching industry, as well as environmental racism as caused by the farming industry. The Food Empowerment Project person out there, which is my group. Farm's annual meetup was a continued success this year with the theme Change Your Diet, Change the World. Nearly 1,000 communities in all 50 states and 30 other countries participated, and in fact, France and Germany hosted their own websites this year. And who all here has participated in the meetup? Okay, everybody who doesn't have your hand raised, it's a really important thing to do. It is one of the most exciting. I've been doing this since I was 18. And I found it to be incredibly empowering, a really positive thing. I know one year I couldn't do anything. I just started a new job, not in the animal movement, and so I just got everybody veggie burgers. And at least they knew what it was all about. This year, with the new group we have in Santa Clara, we handed out veggie burgers at San Jose State. So just the smallest thing you can do can mean a lot with these kinds of events. So just do something. Veg News won the award for Best Lifestyle Publication for the second consecutive year. And in terms of investigations, PETA's investigation into a Hormel supplier in Iowa led to the first ever conviction for the abuse of factory farmed pigs. Mercy for Animals did an undercover investigation of New England's largest egg farm, which actually led to the Maine Department of Agriculture raiding an egg farm simply on the grounds of animal cruelty. And as far as I know, this is pretty unprecedented. The investigation led to some of the egg suppliers not buying from them anymore. During the height of the Prop 2 campaign, a Mercy for Animals investigator worked undercover at California's largest egg farm. 4 weeks before voters went to the polls, Mercy for Animals released their undercover footage, which was actually undercover footage of one of the main opponents of Prop 2. So this thing called Proposition 2. Has anybody here heard of Proposition 2? 4,000 California activists gathered signatures for this ballot initiative, mostly led by the Humane Society of the United States. In total, 7,000 activists volunteered for the campaign. Anybody in the crowd volunteer for Prop 2? So in November 2008, voters in California passed a ballot initiative to effectively ban the gestation crate, the veal crate, and the battery cage. Total statewide vote is 63.5%. 8.2 million people in the state of California thought about the treatment of farmed animals on Election Day. So thanks to all of you who helped pass Prop 2. One of the other great victories of Prop 2 passing is that many grassroots groups were started because of the Prop 2 campaign around the state of California, just like was seen in Florida. Also due to Proposition 2, California State Agriculture restructured themselves. Basically, we had our Senate Agriculture Committee who heard the voice of the public of California and said, there's a problem here because our agricultural department is not getting anything out that's about anything negative to the agriculture industry. So they completely restructured and renamed themselves. They are now known as the Senate Food and Agriculture Committee. Instead of just having representatives on that committee from the animal agricultural areas, there are now representatives from cities in California such as Berkeley. So that all stemmed from Proposition 2. Another thing that stemmed from Proposition 2 was a campaign called Operation Prop 2 Follow Through, which was led by Farm and Defensive Animals and APRL, which was galvanized to help those people who thought about the treatment of animals in farms to make that next step and think about going vegan and think about all the animals used and that no animals should be used in order to be consumed. So that came out of Prop 2 as well. I got tagged on this year as well as food animals, or quote-unquote food animals used for clothing. So I'm going to do a quick thing on that. Fur retailers, Pier 1, Esprit, and Mango all agreed not to use fur anymore. H&M, actually, if you haven't heard of H&M, you should go to their website. They now have a Fur-Free Fox logo on their corporate responsibility page. They also are actually, not that this is a human rights issue, they actually are very good at human rights labor issues as well. PETA got Urban Outfitters and Donna Karen to agree to stop using fur. And a campaign that had been going on forever was JCPenney's, and JCPenney's also now no longer uses fur. So keep fighting. Thanks.